would like to offer my thanks. I would like to offer my thanks. And I started to hear she removed any doubts I had. She removed such a bit so down. I'm too gave me all those feelings. She was a stranger, almost stole my soul. She was the end of my wishes, all she knows. She just wants to share her love with me. Peace and comfort, and luxury. She put it upon my shoulder, felt the fingers come closer, and she bit into my neck. Then I feel with passion, violent and sex. She opened up my senses, enhanced my intellect. Underneath with her, so now I can't forget. She was a stranger, almost stole my soul. She was the end of my wishes, all she knows. She just wants to share my love with me. Peace and comfort and luxury. I would like to offer my thanks. 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 She my healer, no one realer. She the coldest, can't get more chiller. The sex is a weapon, shawty a killer. Love dealer, painkiller, oscilla. My nigga, when it was so stuck, you would roll up, then we would roll up, then we would go up. Take off them panties and then we would go nuts. Shake sweet like me, take my pain away, be my sunshine, take the rain away. Only when you kiss me, only when you touch me, only when you hug me, only when you rub me, it's only when I'm with you. Haven't revealed her, hell concealed her, but I always feel her, the real her. Love dealer, pain healer, heart stiller, my nigga. Remember when my wounds were open, at the bottom of the pit you sent me roping. The whole time I was really hoping that you would. Make sweet like me, take my pain away, be my sunshine, take the rain away. Only when you kiss me, only when you touch me, only when you hug me, only when you rub me, it's only when I'm with you. Only when you kiss me, only when you touch me, only when you hug me, only when you rub me, it's only when I'm with you.
Peace to the tribe, peace to the collective. It's the Hood Mystic, of course, representing www.hoodmystic.com, Columbian Exchange, whiterabbitpsych.com, also known as White Rabbit Psychedelics. Here to talk to you about the new moon in Leo that takes place tomorrow night, moving into Friday morning. New moons are a very important time for spiritual beings because it is the time that we set intentions. Now, a lot of people feel like this is repetitious or redundant, but if ever in your life you stop living intentionally and you allow another person to set your intentions for you, that's going to be on your own ass. And of course, we living in America and shit is crazy. So we cannot rely on the government, cannot rely on the way things work. We have to develop a new way of being, a new way of living. Now, Spirit has been on my ass for the past, I don't know how many years, to get these messages out to prepare people for this new world. Now, I've got introduced to spirituality through the Great White Buffalo Woman. I may or may have not talked about the Great White Buffalo Woman on this channel, but today we are going in. The thing that I want to tell you guys is just because you do not see the spiritual things does not mean that they don't exist. As a man, as a father, as a human being, I would bet my life that there is a spiritual world out there. There are spiritual practices, spiritual procedures that's going to improve your overall sense of well-being, but ultimately the destiny of your soul. So if you are ignorant to these spiritual things because things aren't happening the way you want them to happen, or you trying to make things happen the way you want them to happen, and you're just trying to force it, chill, relax, understand that you made it through the greatest test and trial known to man, and you are here today to bear witness to the new earth. Now, it was 2,000 or so years where two men stumbled across the Great White Buffalo Woman. And we are here today to discuss the return of the Great White Buffalo Woman. We are in America, also known as Atlantis, because we cannot rely on the colonizers' viewpoint of our history. Even more so, the colonizers never even told us our history. Even more so, the colonizers don't even know our history. There are a lot of Aboriginal Americans. Bloodlines have been in this bloodline for centuries upon centuries, and you niggas say that you from Africa. Epic, monumental failure. You don't know nobody in Africa. You don't got no connection to African spirits, African energies, but you is out here repping a whole continent that will not rep your ass. And here you are in America, feet is on the soil. Name me one Native American goddess. I'll wait. If you never tapped in to American, Aboriginal, Autochthonous goddesses for which the land that you stand on, let me introduce you to one of the foremost goddesses, feminine energies that you must know about. Niggas know about Isis, niggas know about Oshun, never been to Egypt, never been to Nigeria. Don't know about the Great White Buffalo, but your ass definitely done been to Cleveland before, done definitely went to Los Angeles before, done definitely went to Vegas, seeing incarnations of the Great White Buffalo Woman. But since you don't have the verbiage to begin to have the conversation, allow me to introduce a goddess into your midst. Now, I'm going to go through the article. The article is the first link in my description. If you don't like hearing my voice, you want to read it, take your own notes, do your own research, because trust and believe, This article is like none other, my guy, sis. I got damn footnotes. If y'all with me in the chat, put some foots in the emoji. Cause how many people y'all done hit up an article and they done drop some footnotes? Niggas be putting out articles calling you God, and you take it in stride. Got a whole bunch of shit that you can research, whole bunch of information that you can dive into for yourself. You do not have to take my word for it. Links on top of links, footnotes on top of footnotes. You can get a viewpoint of the chart I'm referencing. Good, you said that the new moon is in Leo. Why are you making stuff up? You can bear witness to the chart yourself. You can see that I'm not making it up. When you see the sun conjunct the moon in the sidereal chart, it's in Leo. We can bear witness to it as a family. You don't got to think that I'm crazy. Links on top of links, like I said. You got to do your research. Some of the concepts that I'm bringing forward, you may have never heard before. Once again, I live in a world just like you niggas. I don't know shit just like you niggas. So it behooves me and it behooves you to do your research, do your due diligence, do your understanding. Never in a million years should you rely on YouTube for your salvation. You should be on websites, pen and paper, or your notepad out on your app, writing shit down. Because you would get some profound information and be like, damn, remember that cold shit we was talking about last night? You remember it? Hell no, that shit was cold though. Man, that shit was cold as hell. Y'all forget shit all the time. So take your notes, do your research, put it all together. There's nowhere in the Bible, in the Bhagavad Gita, in the Quran, that says I'm supposed to do your work for you. Even God ain't supposed to do your work. God gave you a whole Bible to read so niggas could do work. And in the Bible, God never said, I'm going to do it for you. So with that being said, all of these links, all of these footnotes, all of these quotes will benefit you. Open your mind. Once again, or you can watch the video and pop shit with me. You understand? Because at the end of the day, I can't be on here long because I got a shift on Craigslist. I think I'm going to post an ad tonight. It's still rough out here. It's 2023, aka it's rough out here in these streets. One's in the chat. So we need to hold on to each other. We need to wrap our arms around each other. We do not need to charge each other up. Understand, if you need $5, hit me up. I know somebody that might have it because I for sure don't got it. I'm a spiritual person. I'm not a rich person. Understand, I've been on this goddamn app talking about spiritual development. I should have been talking about how to scam. You understand? Maybe I made wrong decisions in my life. It's 2023 and shit is rough. So understand, we need to understand the energy before we keep going on this same fucked up cycle of uninformed energy. So great white buffalo woman put me to the side and said, you know, it's time to bring me to the light. Bring me to the forefront. So at the end of the day, y'all might say, Hood said something about the great white buffalo woman, but I don't fuck with Hood Mystic. Fuck the great white buffalo woman. Understand, it's not about me. It's about her. You understand? I hope y'all can understand the power of this spirit. So before we get into the conversation, let's read a little bit. Let me go ahead and give y'all some screen love so y'all can read along with me. Because it's easy for me to say a bunch of shit. Please understand that. It's easy for spiritual people to say a bunch of shit. It's easy for y'all to listen to a bunch of shit. I've been on this goddamn platform long enough to know that motherfuckers will listen to bullshit and call it spiritual. Okay? But at the end of the day, we gonna have to sit, understand, and understand the spiritual realms. Where is the spiritual realms at? The spiritual realms is in the negative polarity. Well, one would say, what is the negative polarity? Is the invisible realm. Well, one would say, well, what is invisible? I can't see it, so it must don't exist. That's your greatest mistake of all time. Because you can't see your mom, you think that she not there. Because you can't see your great grandma, you think she not there. Because you can't see your ancestors, you think that they not there. Because you can't see God, you think it's not there. But it's a certain level of esteem, it's a certain level of energy that is invisible. And when we say invisible, we say in, within you, visible within yourself. So when we talk about these energies and spirits, I need you to just sit down, relax, and open your mind and bear witness. Man, we can go article to article, book to book. And we know that the white buffalo calf woman is real. How do we know that the white buffalo calf woman is real? Because where did Deion Sanders go? Deion Sanders is not the most important thing in sports. He's the most important story in the country. Point blank, period. But I need y'all to understand, what is the team that he plays for? What is the team that Deion Sanders coaches for? To let you know that this white buffalo energy is not to be fucked with. What is the team that he plays for? His son play for it. His two sons play for this team. What is their names? They are called the Colorado Buffaloes. The biggest sports story in the nation, bar none. What is their colors? What was the colors that they wore in week 1? All white uniforms. What were they ranked? What were they ranked? They were ranked 22. What is 2 plus 2? 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 is the white buffalo calf woman number, as you will understand when we talk about Inipi. So we could look at this and say Deion Sanders is a hell of a coach. Or we can understand that the mascot or the symbolism have more to do. And let's take a look at Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders does not have African features. Let's keep that a buck. Deion Sanders is not from Africa. He is from Florida. What is Florida? Florida is where the Seminoles is. Understand, Florida niggas built a little different than everybody else. If you don't understand that, you ain't never been to Florida, or you ain't never sent your girl ain't never went on a vacation to Florida and came back with fucking Florida slang. But not Florida slang when she talking, Florida slang when you up in them guts. She talking about bust it, baby. Who the fuck, where you learn this slang from? You wasn't hitting me with this slang before your ass went to Miami. If your girl to go to Miami, she getting pounded by one of them niggas with dreads. And they gonna be teaching her all types of slang and shit. She couldn't resist it when they had them dreads poking up like that. Them Seminole boys, they about to take your girl down. All I'm saying is, Florida niggas built different than the rest of us. Houston, Texas niggas built different than the rest of us. These are things that we need to understand as black people. Gulf of Mexico. Gulf of Mexico is creating a different type of energy with these children. Now, you can put a football in their hand, but I suggest you put a telescope in their hand. You will see a real big difference in understanding of what you're dealing with. You might say he a real good football player, but who's to know what they could be? So I'm all cool with the football and things of that nature and the symbolism, but at the end of the day, I understand it ain't all about football. It's about these downloads and it's about these decodes. Okay, so let's read. Goddess cults have existed in every part of the world. The myths and legends of the Lakota people discuss a powerful female figure in the stories of white buffalo calf woman. She is a supernatural woman who taught the Lakota people their 7 sacred rituals. We're going to talk about one of those rituals today, right? The most important ritual of all time. Stay tuned. And if you don't want to stay tuned, click the first link in the description. Join my Substack for $5 a month. Go ahead and get rid of it. Just pay the whole $55, and that way you don't even got to worry about it. Bar none, the best spiritual newsletter on the internet. Period, point blank. Ain't nobody talking about the buffalo. Ain't nobody talking about the buffalo calf woman. Okay? Trust and believe. I didn't invent it. I didn't create it. I'm the goddamn middleman for you to tap into the energy and be instructed on how to move in this new world. Because getting a 9 to 5 will not cut it. One's in the chat. One's in the chat if your 9 to 5 job is no longer cutting it. It's not enough. Now, I don't know what to tell you, but the spiritual world knows exactly what to tell you, but are you actually going to tune into it, or are you going to dick ride? You going to clit ride? You going to hang on the side of a bitch's labia talking about she's spiritual? I'ma listen to her. It do not work like that. You got your own spirit team. And the reality of your spiritual team is that they exist in the negative polarity. If you can see the positive polarity is real, but just because you can't see the negative polarity doesn't mean that it's not real. So your instructions is right in front of you. Your love, your guidance, you are in front of you. The part of you that you don't see is right there. The energy that you charge yourself to be, who you think you are, who you look in the mirror and see, who you declare yourself to be is how you charge your energy. And this is what you become. But think about this though. Some of our moms and dads ain't shit and never poured into us like they were supposed to pour into us. So we got to get deeper in our spiritual mother energy. And this is what the great white buffalo woman presents to us. And I need to be so clear about this. I'm not inventing this shit. And I'm going to show you, if you be a little bit patient, how it all connects. Deion Sanders, all white uniforms, get ranked 22. 2 plus 2 is 4. The medicine wheel, known for its 4 sides, was created by the great white buffalo woman. Directions, north, south, east, and west. 4 directions. That information, that knowledge, it was brought forth by the great white buffalo woman. So where y'all see football, I see spirit breaking it down in a different type of way for us. White buffalo calf woman is also known as Pataskawin or Patasawini. I pronounced that real messed up. Her story seems to be centered in Lakota mythology, but peep this out. Other Native Americans also have legends about her. So when we talk about Tecumseh, you got to know who Tecumseh is. You in America. How you know who goddamn Abraham Lincoln is, but don't know who Tecumseh is? Because the white man told you who Abraham Lincoln was. You needed to be on your own due diligence. You need to be in your own spirit to get a transfer from Tecumseh. Why did General William Sherman, a future president, have a middle name by Tecumseh? The same way as you would name your kid Kobe. Because Kobe Bryant is a great basketball player. He's somebody to be admired. These are energies and entities that are available to you right now. But your ass is too busy in Africa. And nothing wrong with it, because some of y'all have DNA and energies that is Nigerian. Some of y'all fucking don't. Some of y'all don't. Okay? She is traditionally known as an individual who brings messages from the ancestors. This is going to trip y'all out, because y'all ancestors will transition and then y'all will be sad. When we exist in the positive polarity. When we transition, we still exist, but only in the negative polarity. So, is your mind open with the instructions on how to move forward in this new paradigm, or is you trying to figure out how you going to make your 9 to 5 work for you? You probably thinking, I need to get a second job. Well, if I use one rag and it got a hole in it, and I'm trying to wipe my ass and I keep sticking my finger in my butt, Why am I going to get a second rag with a second hole in it? The same thing is going to happen. If I get a third rag, it's going to keep happening. As long as the rag got a hole in it, I'm going to accidentally stick my finger in my butt, and I'm going to hope that y'all don't call me sus. My kids will be like, hey, yo, dad, you sus. I'm like, I'm trying to wipe my butt, but they would be like, dad, at a certain point, you like it. At a certain point, you keep getting the rags with the hole in the middle, dad. You might like it. This how my kids be. They boys. It's 4 boys. They getting into teenager mode. So we getting into, you know how boys get. We hit them. We do the gay jokes. Women don't understand it, but it's like, oh, you sus, hey yo, or pause. Like, this is just how we get down, right? But beyond that, why would I continue to make the same mistakes, doubling down on the shit that's not working? At a certain point, you need to tap into the spiritual world. At a certain point, you need to quiet your mind. Understand, we are leading energies into other energies. Last video, we talked about Jupiter retrograde, Mercury retrograde. This week in astrology, last week, you got to quiet your mind. You got to get into a space where you are able to receive the spiritual downloads. And I'm talking about your ass. I don't care what you got going on. I don't care how things was working for you or not working for you. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. If you not quiet in your mind, you want some ego shit. I'm going to say it again. If you not quiet in your mind, receiving from spirit, you want some ego shit. If people around you think you spirit, but you not quiet in your mind, you want some ego shit, regardless if they think you spirit. Because until you quiet your mind, until you tune in to the essence of your spirit, the essence of your ancestors, you gonna act like you already know. And that's ego. So white buffalo calf woman brings inspiration, strength, power of creation. Moreover, modern Native Americans provide interesting connections between the legends of white buffalo calf woman and Christianity. I should have played a girl named Jesus to start the show off. I was meaning to, but I didn't. I'll play it next show. A girl named Jesus, right? Google it, Giant Killer. I put a song out like that because I remember Spirit told me that Jesus was a woman. I said, you damn right. I be praying to these hoes I pray to them all the time. I don't give the church my money. I be giving these girls all my money. I give these girls all my money like they Jesus. And I be like, please bless me. They just take my money and leave. You feel me? Jesus and a girl is the same type of energy. I be on my knees praying, please help me. You're not even there type shit. Like, what's going on? Anyways, I gotta get in. I haven't gotten to the science of connecting her to Christianity, so I figured I'd just joke and promote one of my songs. Be sure to listen to my music. I'll be listening to that shit to work out. Definitely gets me going through the day. You feel me? The sacred pipe. Everybody know about the peace pipe. Well, legend has it that the peace pipe comes strictly from the white buffalo calf woman. In fact, their beliefs say that she gave them the most powerful tools to communicate with deities and improve their lives. Once again, this is the energy that we're talking about in reference to this new moon. Tools to communicate with deities and improve your life. Because one thing is not separate from the other thing, whether you believe it or not. Because your ego can think you're making a good decision. But every time you making a good decision, it be your ancestors real quiet in the background. Like, you know you shouldn't do that shit. This is why when shit don't work out the way that you don't want it to work out, you be already knowing that it ain't going to be working out because your ancestors done already told you that shit ain't going to work out like you think it is. What you think anxiety is? Your anxiety is your ancestors saying you need to switch it up. You need to do something different. Why your ancestors want you to crash out? They don't. That's you that want to crash out. I got to get those beats, bro. You said you sent me some beats. I'm gonna search you in the emails. one of the most, I need to do a song for real. So I need to just kind of like space out and write some shit. Just some old next level shit. You feel me? Firstborn Art always got the beats. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Firstborn Art. That nigga's music is crazy. Period, point blank. Like if y'all like Detroit style music is good, but it's like it's only so much coney I can eat. It's only so much scat packs I can drive. Right? I can't slide on all my ops, because if I slide on all my ops, then who I'ma slide on? So I gotta keep some of my ops alive, right? So I like the Detroit rap style, but I also like the wordplay and lyricism that Firstborn Art, one of the coldest rappers. He just need to keep rapping. He'll clip this one day. Like this nigga Hood said it in his live. We was talking about the white buffalo calf woman. Keep doing your thing though, big bro. One of the most important tools of the Lakota rituals is a sacred pipe. The one who showed them how to use it was White Buffalo Calf Woman. The legends say that she took a pipe and filled it with regional tobacco, then walked around the lodge 4 times. Let's do this. Shedeur Sanders is number 2. When Deion Sanders played in college, his number was 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. When Colorado won their first game, they was ranked 22. 2 plus 2 is 4. Just because I love what Deion Sanders is doing with his sons. There's nothing that you can say bad about Deion Sanders when he coaching his goddamn sons in D1 football. That's probably the illest shit you have ever seen in your life. I just want to show y'all, this your door right here. Now, watch this crazy shit. Look at Deion Sanders. I just put this together too. What is Florida State? If Colorado is the Buffaloes, what is Florida State? Florida State is the damn Seminoles. That's indigenous, aboriginal, black, goddamn Indians. Do your goddamn research. This man look just like Shedeur. It's crazy. That 2-2 energy is crazy. That 4 energy is crazy. Y'all can fuck around if y'all want to. Tap into the number 4. Tap into the color blue. These are all energies. Do things 4 times. Drive around the block 4 times. Stroke her good. Give her 4 good strokes before you hop up out that thing. Right? Because we doing semen retention. We preparing for No Nut November, fellas. We preparing for No Nut November, so you better start now. Hit that thing 4 times. Tell her to have a good day. This is how she showed people the endless circle, a sacred row of life. She told the Lakota people that the smoke rising from the bowl while she was dancing, Great White Buffalo Woman probably was twerking on a handstand. Let me stop playing. She'll fuck my ass up. She also showed the Lakota people how to pray. Furthermore, White Buffalo Calf Woman taught them how to dance, make special gestures, and gave them the words for prayers to worship their deities. She explained that the people who followed her directions would be heard more easily by the gods. Understand, man, I don't do this shit for fun. I don't do this shit for play. I don't do this shit for money. Understand, if I never got $1 doing this shit, I would still be doing these motherfucking videos. You want to know why? Because I love being heard easily more by the gods. It take a minute though. It ain't something that happened overnight. But at the end of the day, This energy is real. The star being, white calf buffalo woman, signals a time of peace, returning into our world once again. And this is what I know the energy that we're dealing with right now. I know that your trials and tribulations, your troubles, your tensions is all because the world is changing and you've been operating in the old paradigm. And that old paradigm is giving you the energy that the old paradigm is going to give you. So now you got to do something new, and now you feel like you don't know what to do. And I know what you're going to say. I've meditated before. I used to meditate all the time. I don't know how to meditate. Meditation is hard. I don't have the time to meditate. All you say is meditate. But at the same time, we need to shut down our outer world. We need to shut down what's happening external so we can get to, see, we got the visible world covered. But what about the invisible? See, this is real. I've been in this space dreaming every night, having visions every night, having conversations, people calling me, referencing the conversation that I'm having, and it's happening back to back to back. And it's like, okay, I understand that this shit is real, and I understand how to access it. Because what we think we see, we don't care about what we don't see. It's just like, because we don't see it, it don't exist. But I want you to think about how idiotic that sounds. I want you to think about your kids going into a room and you closing the door and you imagining that because the door is closed, that they're going to be little angels. That might sound crazy, but it's a lot of parents that parent like that. It's called see no evil, hear no evil, and I guarantee you it's a psychology. And I don't even know what it means, but we're going to see if it is real, if I'm making it up. Difficult conversations require dynamic perspectives. The old proverb, see no evil, hear no evil, and speak no evil, can be seen from various angles. The most common one includes the narrative that one must avoid evil at all costs. Don't look at evil, speak of it, or listen to it. In this way, you keep yourself from harm and maintain a sense of purity. Y'all don't see the shadow in that shit though. Because you don't look at evil, it don't exist to you. But let's look at it like this. Good is what you see. Evil is what you don't see. Because you don't see it, because you don't deal with it, that in essence is why it's evil. Not the actual content of the thing. So a lot of people look at spirituality, don't deal with it, and of course it's wrong, it's evil, it's fake, but y'all looking at the goddamn external world, trying to make sense of the spiritual world. It don't work like that. That's like closing the door to your room and acting like you know what your kids is doing. I'll do you one better. We all boys and girls in here. What was it like when you was little and you was getting watched by somebody and you was with a little girl or you was with a little boy? And they'll be like, okay, y'all play good. And we'd be like, okay, mommy, okay. We'll get right into humping like we was fucking animals, right? And now you think your kids ain't the same way? Keep an eye on your motherfucking kids, I tell you that much. Because the moment you turn your back, they on some bullshit. They waiting for you. Their whole life is waiting on you to not look at them. Because they know you the type of mom, you the type of dad to see no evil, hear no evil, speaking no evil. So if you don't see them doing shit, you actually out here feeling like you got a good ass kid. Man, these motherfuckers is playing your goofy ass. Playing hide and seek, playing house, nigga. House mean, if kids is playing house, that mean they fucking. Okay? Don't play these, y'all is not playing house. Y'all is not playing kitchen. Y'all is not playing mommy and daddy. That shit is over. Like, y'all should be hip to that shit by now. But at the same time, you gotta be able to see the evil in your motherfucking child. Some parents ain't strong enough to do that. And because your parents don't see the evil in you, you might even get conditioned to actually think that you're not an evil motherfucker. Right? And then get to dating motherfuckers. And motherfuckers start telling you about yourself. You are now what I call triggered. Motherfucker, triggered. I'm triggered. He's telling me about myself. She's telling me about myself. I don't have the skills to deal with this. Let me fight or flight. Fight or flight is not wisdom. Fight or flight means you need to balance your sacral chakra. And if you don't balance your sacral chakra or don't know what a sacral chakra is, Chakra Nova is available at Amazon, Columbian Exchange. Do the work. The star being white calf buffalo woman, or white buffalo calf woman, however you want to say it, signals a time of peace returning into our world again. White buffalo woman is only one of many ancient prophecies that signal a time of the end of the old world and the beginning of the new. So once again, we have to then do our due diligence and say, well, what else are we talking about? So we can go Uttara Falguni, and we can do Uttara Falguni Buffalo. Okay? Now I want y'all to see this, because then it's like I'm a crazy person out here in these streets making shit up. So when I show it to you, I'm gonna just show it to you, and we're gonna do more knowledge. The female buffalo is the ruling animal of the Uttara Falguni Nakshatra. Okay? Now boom. What you mean? Let's go down here. I'm on the site. I'm on the Substack, and I'm utilizing the links. I'm just going to show y'all something. I'm connecting dots. Okay? Go here, look for all planet nakshatras. What you will see is that the sun is in Uttara Falguni. The moon is in Uttara Falguni. Now let's do this one more time. What is the animal symbol for Uttara Falguni? And understand, I was already on White Buffalo Woman. The animal for the Uttara Falguni Nakshatra is the bull, or the female cow, or the elephant, or the male mongoose. But where I was reading it, it was the buffalo. So we are going to figure that out. Why does it say buffalo some places and bull other places? Because where did I see it? I actually seen it in a book. Once again, if y'all don't got Scribd, you gotta have Scribd, because for $6 you can have all of the books. So boom, my little nakshatra guide. Because I imagine that the internet is like 50-50 with information. So when I want to do research for charts or videos like this, I'm going into the books. Maybe I'm capping. Maybe I seen it as a buffalo. Maybe I wanted it to be a buffalo and I made it a buffalo. But I'm for sure I read it somewhere and I want to show y'all because that shit blew me. I was like, there's no way that I'm already tapped into the white buffalo woman and I'm doing this research on this new moon and the animal for this new moon, according to Vedic astrology, is a buffalo. But maybe I looked at bull and saw a buffalo, and I wonder, is a buffalo a bull? Maybe. I don't even fucking know. Cause it be like that sometimes. And reality is this: bias is real. You could want something to happen so bad that everything I was seeing buffaloes everywhere. And this is taking too long to load. So I'm probably just move on. Second. Go. Mm-mm. But I love goddamn script though. I got like goddamn, here we go. I wanna say goddamn thousands of books, but I'll be capping. Got at least about 100 good books, but it's like whatever you do, if you was like in the music business, then you could get script and get all your music business books or real estate or whatever the case may be. Internet acting. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see. Let's see. Now this Nishakra book is the one that's like super confusing. So I got me another one. Here we go. IDK. Okay, here we go. Sorry, I had to figure this shit out. Like, what the hell is the difference between a bull and a buffalo? One of the major connections with bulls is either that a person will love a sports team having a bull symbol, like the Chicago Bulls, and will love visiting places or restaurants with the symbol of this animal, like Buffalo Wild Wings, even though it's called buffalo. A bull, what the hell? Womp, womp, womp. Not what I'm looking for. Not a buffalo yoni. Anywho, is a buffalo a bull? Let's look at this. I gotta figure this shit out because maybe buffalo and bulls difference. Okay. A bull is a male. I've never known. If do y'all know the difference between a buffalo and a bull? Am I retarded? Cause I'm like thinking that a bull is like something else and a buffalo is something else, like a cow and a chicken type shit. But I guess a buffalo and a bull is essentially the same thing. So a bull is a cow that has been castrated. What the fuck, right? And a buffalo is a bull that's wild. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? I did not know that at all. So essentially, when you look at a bull or you look at a buffalo, you're looking at the same thing. That's interesting. A bull and buffalo are two commonly raised domestic animals, both da da da. Though bulls are not produced for milk, buffalo buffaloes cannot produce on their own. This is so crazy. A bull and a buffalo basically the same thing. Just a bull don't got no nuts, and a buffalo's out here living wild. So yeah, that's interesting. Very, very interesting, dogs. Oh, goodness. Time we got. Shout out to y'all. So it's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna say the new moon is in Virgo because it is September, and September in Western astrology is known as Virgo season. So it's common that you would say that the new moon is in Virgo. However, when we look at our charts and we just use observation, we can see that this new moon takes place in Leo. Now, I think Leo is a very interesting energy to deal with when we talk about spiritual things, because Leo deals a lot with sex and sexual energy. So it might feel good to be having sex in this particular time, right? However, how many times is you gonna have sex with people and the shit ruin or blow up in your face? Right? At a certain point, it begins to understand sex to be an energy that you can build and you can understand. And this is Kundalini. So the reason why we don't really understand Kundalini as a people is because goddamn Sukiana is twerking at the VMAs. We love Suki with the good coochie. So this is an event, an award show, and we all walking down the award show saying, "Hey, how you doing?" And then we gotta look and see somebody twerking. Cause this is where we at now as a society, as a culture. We're not trying to raise our energy past. We can't even make it inside the VMAs. At least twerk in the bathroom. Like, can I get some ass in the bathroom? Who gonna fuck on the red carpet? The red carpet, you walk through, take your pictures, say hi. And if you want attention, you put out a dope ass movie or you put out a dope video. You don't just say, I need attention, so I'm gonna start twerking. So when we talk about Leo energy, it might go in one ear and out the other, because we can all look at it and be like, oh, she crazy, she corny, she this, she that. But y'all will fuck a nigga at the drop of a hat. So we can always point the finger, but we got to actually, as a culture, as a society, get above and beyond what it means to have sex, but not even on no like having sex with a person. I'm talking about the energy that would make you want to have sex, using that energy, because this is adolescence, right? We really make or break our life during adolescence depending on our parents. Because when you are adolescent, when you get from like 12, right, you generally know what you want to do with your life. But you can't do it because you got to spend 8 hours in school doing some shit that ain't going to have nothing to do with the rest of your life. So what do good parents do? Good parents take their kid out of school once they figure out what they know what they want to do. If you know your kid is good at golf, why is you having them go to school for 8 hours a day? Make that nigga play golf for 8 hours a day, get on a junior PGA tour, and now you ain't got to work for another day of your life. That's what a good parent do. But what you do, make your child go to school, learn some shit that he not going to apply in his life. Tell me right now what you are using from school right now. Which one of y'all is using algebra in y'all day to day? Which one of y'all is referencing what you learned in AP US history in this very day, in this very moment? You know a whole bunch of random facts about some shit. You got A's, B's, and C's, but you don't know what the fuck to do with your motherfucking life. But you got kids, and you making them do the same shit. Make that make sense. So Leo deals with adolescence. When we are adolescents, we are pure and primed for success. Pure and primed for success. And what do? Your parents say you better get your ass up and go to school and do some shit that ain't gonna matter 5 years from now, 6 years from now. You gonna be in the world dumb as a box of rocks, working at fucking a fast food place, goddamn gas station, when you could have been a fucking world-renowned singer. Listen, if you want your kid to be a musician, get them piano lessons. Take them out of school, have them do the piano for 8 hours a day. When he get 18, he can gig. He can travel the world. It's always going to be a job for a talented bass player, a talented guitarist, a talented pianist. It's never going to be a job for a nigga that got the fucking honor roll. You ain't never going to go nowhere and tell some niggas that you got the honor roll in the 10th grade and they'll be like, man, get on here. You hired. Never. So this is what we talking about Kundalini. And this is why what we then do, our parents send us to school, and now we in school doing what? Is we learning in school or is we fucking? Last time I checked, maybe schools have evolved from the time that I was in school, but it was a worldwide freak fest out that bitch. We was in that bitch plotting and scheming. We was up out that bitch running to get some ass. Soon as school let out. What time your mom get home? She don't get home till 5. What time we got out of school? We get home till 3. We got 2 hours to get it in. What you and your boyfriend doing? We doing homework. So, when we look at this Leo energy, we're looking at our talent, but our talent is always going to be obscured by our need to want to have sex with somebody. So what are you going to do with this particular energy? Venus is doing a thing. Venus is going direct. And Venus had a download that I want to share with y'all in reference to particular energies, such as love and relationships. Venus said, you know what I am? You know who I am, nigga? I said, who are you? She said, I'm your hormones, nigga. I'm the fucking King Kong out this bitch. Without me, it ain't no love. I said, damn. She said, if you fuck with me, I had these girls eating out your fingers. Cause people will be not even understanding why a person will like a person. You know why a person will like a person? Hormones. Let's do research, nigga. Hormones and love. The science. This is some shit that you gotta know. Right? This is some shit that you must know because you might think that motherfucker like you and it's a hormonal reaction. Shout out to Venus. Venus is doing a thing. Venus is doing a thing. She's going direct and all of that retrograde lovey-dovey energy is now like, what have you done for me lately? Like, what the hell did this come from? Because when the hormones is gone, when the hormones is out of balance, right now, the person that used to love you and care for you so much want to punch you in the motherfucking mouth. Look what happened. Where you think she's so sexy or she into me. Testosterone and estrogen. Dopamine, neuropinephrine. I can't never say that. Shout out to my Chakra Nova classes. I cannot say that word for the life of me. Norepinephrine, whatever. Serotonin. This is where the fat black nigga get the beautiful girl. This is where the girl that look like Precious is pulling up with the dude that look like goddamn Morris Chestnut. And you looking at her like, I got a good ass job. How'd she get him? I'll tell you one better. It's a girl that ain't got a job. Ain't worked in months. Can get a nigga. And you wake up all day. You wake up every day to get a job. But want love. At what point do you think the job is going to create love in your life? Please help me understand this. Because if you want love, it ain't going to be the money that you make. It ain't going to be the job that you get. It ain't going to be the spiritual group that you get. It ain't going to be the reading that you get. To maintain a relationship, whatever the case may be, is going to be at a hormonal level. Because when them hormones switch up and flip up, the nigga that you love so much, it be the motherfucker that's on the block list. Look at that block list right now. Let's do this collectively as a family. Because we family here. Okay? If y'all got iPhones, you can pull it down, do the search. Search for blocked. Block contacts. Right? Look for block contacts. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Hormones. I used to love you. Like Common said, I used to love her. Now her ass on the block list, texting me too motherfucking much. Blocked. Goddamn, I should change my name to Dikembe Mutombo. My millennials don't know what the fuck. My Gen Zs don't know what the fuck. Who the fuck is Dikembe Mutombo? Google it. How you spell it? Sound it out. That's my damn block list. I used to love you. Now you blocked. What happened? What happened? I don't know what happened. Out here looking dumb. Listen, if you don't manage your emotions gonna manage you, and you gonna be looking stupid. You gonna be saying shit like all men are dogs. You gonna be saying like these women ain't shit. You gonna be saying these women ain't shit on the internet, talking about how women ain't shit. But at the same time, what is your hormonals looking like? What is your Venus disposition looking like? Because let's look at the astrologics of this shit. Venus is square Jupiter. So in my last video, we talked about the activation of our ancient ancestral powers. Guess who can't come along with these particular energies? That motherfucker that you was just with because they was just with you. Why y'all together? I don't know. I think he cute. I think he cool. He all right type energies. He's all I'm saying is don't fuck with me and you ready to let go when I trigger you. Right? Cause at a certain point, when this Venus energy gotta be locked. Cause these hormones is going to change, and understanding your hormones is changing at such a degree that the people that's not supposed to be in your life is clear as a motherfucking VS1 goddamn diamond. Clarity cut stones. Now, when we bring up the astrologics of these situations, it don't mean that you're going to leave your husband. It don't mean that you're going to stop fucking your sneaky link, but at least you heard me say it. At least you know that when it comes to this new paradigm, Big Dick Jermaine is not supposed to be the one that's walking over to the next realm with you. Loosey Goosey Charmaine is not going to be the one that's going to facilitate your spiritual growth as we enter into this new plane existence. It means that some of these people cannot go. Let's look at this third deacon. Let's do astrologics with me. Study this shit with me. Learn this shit with me so we can know this shit. Third deacon of Cancer. I feel like you should know this. I feel like you should know what the third deacon of Cancer is, because these motherfuckers always want what's happening in the third deacon of Cancer. The third deacon of Cancer is ruled by the Four of Cups. What is that card called? Let's look it up. Then we gonna go back to the chart. Do your due diligence. Do your studies. These boy be tweaking. He be just saying anything. Anything. In the Four of Cups, we encounter questions surrounding what is enough and what is left to be desired. So if y'all can see, the third deacon of Cancer is ruled by the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups in the Thoth Tarot deck is called luxury. Four of Cups is ruled by the Cancer. The Four of Cups is ruled by the third deacon of Cancer. So once you have that understanding, this is something that you'll know, right? Two of Cups, Three of Cups, Four of Cups, right? Each deacon. But what I want you to understand is that the Four of Cups represents luxury. So what Spirit has showed you is everything you need to be and everything that you need to do to get to this point of life called luxury. Right? Hopefully y'all can see. The Four of Cups is called luxury. So let's look at this chart again. Venus, which is doing a thing, right? It went retrograde this whole deacon. Meaning it went retrograde this whole fucking shit. So what you did was put things in your Amazon wish list, start envisioning the type of life that you wanted to lead. And the fucked up part was you seen everything that was holding you back from what the fuck you wanted. Now I need you to really ask yourself these serious questions. Is the person in front of you worth you not living the life that you want to live? Because let's think about that little boy or that little girl who was in the fucking attic, in the fucking basement, in their fucking room, thinking about what they wanted to do with their motherfucking life. And when you try to bring that to the collective, when you try to bring that to your relationships, you want motherfuckers to say, I'm down with that too. But what life is going to show you is that Venus can sometimes square Jupiter. Because when we look at the third deacon of Aries, we get into the energy that God is sex. I can pull it up for y'all if y'all want to. Because once again, y'all be like, Hood said that God is sex. I don't believe him. I don't think God is sex. I think God is a big white man with a beard in the sky. I don't be believing Hood when he be saying silly shit like that. How could God be sex? Cause you probably want sex, but you ain't getting none. God is sex. And see, this is a hard one to get through the heads of those who have profaned the act. Because now you hate sex because you did it outside of the godly energy. You did it inside of your ego and what you wanted and what you desired. You gave Big Jermaine all of the pussy, right? And none of the conversation. So now we talking this hot, y'all talk spirituality all day. Now let's talk about some dick and pussy shit. Y'all gonna run and hide. Y'all don't never want to talk about pulling your panties down. Y'all never want to talk about how you be smelling under the boxers and things of that nature. Foot jobs and all types of kinky shit you be into. But then want me to greet you at Hotep and Shalom. Hell no, I ain't about to do it. I know that God is sex, so keep it a buck with me and I'll keep it a buck with you. Your relationships, how things is going to play out for you, if it's not in the realms of semen retention, if you in relationships with women and y'all having sex and they draining you of your life force energy, use a fuck nigga. You gonna be mad at her. You gonna be mad at her because you don't got no life force energy. The sperm that you just given to her all willy-nilly can create life, my guy. God is sex. God is sex. This is why when you go to church and there's not no fucking orgy happening, you need to turn your ass around and find the church where the orgies is happening. This is why Aretha Franklin, let's do the knowledge. Aretha Franklin, Queen of Soul, nigga. That's a title for your ass, ain't it? The Queen of Soul, nigga, is Aretha Franklin. Now, let's rewind. Let's look up Aretha Franklin and orgy and church. And let's see what we find. Aretha Franklin's secret life. Oh my God. From her orgy-loving father. What in the world is happening? This is how you know God is real. I'm going to show you how God is so real. I can use Aretha Franklin as an example as God is being real. Her dad was a pastor. I still listen to his sermons from time to time. Because we all flawed. We all flawed. We all got flaws, right? Come on with these goddamn, whatever these things is. So her dad, C.L. Franklin, was a pastor. And in his church, they was having orgies. Orgies. Dad, Clarence, and it's in a book. It's documented. And I'm sure if it wasn't true, a motherfucker would have said something by now. Niggas was at the orgy, though, so they couldn't really say too much. They like, yeah, we would praise the Lord for a little bit and take our pennies down. When y'all hear about spiritual shit and then y'all hear about, listen, it gets deeper. It gets deeper. Brother Polite. See, I'ma tell y'all, don't bring your girl around me. I might do something freaky. I'm down for the freaky deaky. Don't think that I'm so spiritual that I won't. Listen, I can't. I'm not perfect. Brother Polite, Rashad Jamal, Nature Boy. If this was 2016, you would have been for sure that these niggas was on the trajectory of being the most spiritual niggas ever. Listen, if we was in school and if it was a girl that had on a bikini and some panties, the teacher would say, get the fuck out my classroom. One's in the chat. One's in the chat if you go to school and you say, you see a girl in a bikini and a thong on, you kicking her out of class. One's in the chat. I just want to know if we could come to this understanding. You're not going to be able to focus in school if goddamn Shamika got on a bikini and a thong. So don't tell me that a nigga is dropping hot science and he's standing in front of you with no fucking shirt on. Who does that? We done been to school since kindergarten and never has Mr. Goddamn Turner taught fucking algebra with no shirt on, because we then would be looking at Mr. Turner like, my guy, put on a fucking shirt. If you here to teach goddamn science, then teach science. Don't fucking get naked and then expect me to focus on what the fuck you talking about. So them niggas knew exactly what they was doing when they stood in front of y'all motherfuckers with no shirt on. They ain't said shit that couldn't be found on Google. That's one. And two, They tapped into your fucking animal lust and then transmuted that on some foul shit. And then double down on the fucking government is after me. No, you already done shown that you fucking don't got no fucking goddamn tact to get lit. You feel like you gotta get butt ass naked on YouTube. That don't even make sense. But at the same time, if we not looking at these things sexually, we'll be looking at these things spiritually, and then we'll be so surprised why the shit happened the way it happened. God is real. So back to C.L. Franklin. C.L. Franklin was the type of nigga that was just out here on this type of time. And then he ain't died peacefully. C.L. Franklin. Death. It's the crazy way to go out. This is how you know God is real. So this is my son's birthday in the year that I was born. 1984. So I personally be feeling like, cause I feel like this is gonna sound real crazy. I feel like this is like my spirit of some sort. This is the way that I listen to him and the way that he be talking with his breath. I feel so connected, and I'll be just listening to his sermons like they like they good. Like another person might be listening to it like, what the fuck is you listening to? Right? C.L. Franklin's sermons. Shortly after midnight, Sunday, June 10th, 1979, Franklin was shot twice at point blank range during what was believed to be attempted robbery at his home on Detroit's west side. I mean, I live on Detroit's west side right now. And I'm going to tell you, I'm thinking about this shit. I'm having an experience right now. Because I will always tell my wife, like, I would have dreams of Detroit. I would feel like I lived in Detroit. But I'm going to tell you, the moment that I moved to Detroit, I felt like I was home. Right? And Franklin, C.L. Franklin, is buried at Woodlawn Cemetery. Would y'all believe me if I told you that I was at Woodlawn Cemetery today? Would y'all believe me? That's a coincidence, but I was at Woodlawn Cemetery today. I frequent Woodlawn Cemetery like I live there. That's my hangout spot. And it's just now hitting me. I'm probably going to that goddamn cemetery so I can be closer to my fucking grave. That's some crazy ass shit to think. This is just me thinking. This is me just having an experience. I'm just tripping. Y'all know, y'all tune into this channel because I say some crazy shit from time to time, and y'all wait for the moment that I say some crazy shit. This is one of those moments. So he gets robbed on Detroit's west side. Then Franklin children moved him back to his house 6 months after the shooting, and he's received 24 nursing care. Right? And then he ends up dying July 27th, 1984 at the age of 69. So this man was using the Lord's name, quote unquote, in vain, doing everything he can do because he was that guy sent from God, and then reflip the energy and having orgies in the church and things of that nature. So all of this to say, do not play with God. Don't use God's name in vain, because at the end of the day, you can go out looking crazy. So, and I'm only saying it as a person that feels like that was me. It's like I can feel myself fucking up my whole life, and people telling me, you the greatest. You the greatest. My daughter is the greatest singer of all time, and everything is happening good for me. I'm just thinking I should just fuck off more and more and more and more. And this is even crazier. Look at this shit. Where did he go to school at? Jackson College, Jackson State University. How does that connect to the white Buffalo woman? Well, I'll tell you. Jackson State University. Let's scroll all the way down. Athletics. Let's keep scrolling. Let's keep scrolling. At a certain point, it's gotta show up. Or else we gonna Google this shit. Let's see if it's in here. Dion. Damn, he is only in 1 foot. They don't like that nigga, bro. Jackson State do not like Deion Sanders. I said it here first. He is not on that goddamn wiki. The football coach for Jackson State University is Deion Sanders. Well, he was for the last 2 years. They went 53-0. 5-3 is 8. They didn't lose a game. They won 2 titles. Earlier in this video, we talked about Deion Sanders coaching for the Colorado Buffaloes. For some reason, I started talking about C.L. Franklin, and C.L. Franklin's ass went to goddamn college at Jackson State University, was born in Mississippi, but ended up transitioning on my son's birthday on the year that I was born. My favorite number, if anybody know me, know my favorite number is 69. If you don't know, ask your girl. She'll for sure tell you that nigga's favorite number is 69. Okay? But anyways, it is getting late. I gotta do what I gotta do. I just wanted to share with y'all this video. I wanted to talk to y'all about this particular new moon that's coming, and pay attention, man. Do your work. You know, like I said, this article is filled with links, so you can start to do your own research. Join the Substack, because this week we're diving back into our Money and Metaphysics series that people love so much. I got 10 articles already written that I'm just about to start dropping on you niggas' heads. And very powerful stuff. We need to tap into our metaphysical understanding, because what seemed to work last year is not working this year, and we got to switch the shit up. All right. So I'm down for the switch up. I'm down for the new energy. Check out the article. Like I said, this was a good article, so I ain't let this article get away for free. But if you want to read it, it's only $5, but at the same time, might be too much for you. If you need $5, you can, I got a secret, Substack, Telegram, / motherfucking, Clubhouse / Substack. Telegram is where I teach everybody how to set up Craigslist ads. My ad is doing great, as y'all all know. Since the economy has been so bad, I've gone to full-time Craigslist working. You can find me on Craigslist as Snickers. Once again, I'm only doing cunnilingus, and I'm charging $59.99. That seems to be my price, that my price point people is fucking with. And so yeah, find me on Craigslist, Google Snickers. I will be there. If you don't have the $5, you know, be like me, sell some ass on Craigslist, and I will see y'all on the flip side. Peace.